I am determined to have a better week this week. I'm determined. Hi everybody, today is Tuesday, February 19th. It is day 19 of Plan As You Go month, where I show you how I use my Erin Condren horizontal, my bullet journal, my power sheets together for an entire month. Technically, it's the first day of my work week. I took most of yesterday off. I did do this Plan As You Go video yesterday, and I got my podcast uploaded and something for my patrons, but I spent most of the day hanging out with my husband and my son. We went out to the store, we did some laundry, we did some stuff around the house, and it was nice. Today is the first full-blown work day. I actually already have been out today. I had a therapist appointment this morning. I had to leave before my husband or my kids left the house because it was super early. I've got a lot I want to get done this week. I only have 4 days before my kids come back from their dads. They go back to their dads today and then they come back on Friday. I don't think I got much of anything from my power sheets done yesterday, but I will check off what I did. And if you'll notice, the sun is right here. I'm trying to block it out. We'll see how this works. So we did manage to have no electronics time. I got some walking in. We did do some budgeting, which was not the right color for that. As you can tell, how often we've been working on it based on how little I know what color to use. I don't think we're gonna be able to get to scheduling the days off tonight. I know we wanted to work on that yesterday, but it didn't happen. And so the family planning time is gonna have to wait until Friday when the kids get back. The scheduling of the days off probably won't happen tonight. My husband is gonna probably be working late most of this week because of somebody at his office taking the week off, and so he's gonna have some extra work to do. This week I would like to get some of this tax prep done. Some more of it. If I can get through a chunk of it this week, that would be awesome. Finishing this, I can do some more of this monthly numbers audit and work on my office. And those will be all things I can work on. I'm gonna set this to the side and move some of this over because I wanna take a better look at my week. I did both my weekly planning in my Erin Condren and my bullet journal over the last couple of days. You can look at those videos to see. But I didn't get quite as deep into the weeds as I wanted to because I just wasn't in that mode yet. I was kind of in the my family's home for 3 days kind of mode, and so I wasn't really thinking about it, and I expected that today I would do some more thinking. And while I am going to my Erin Condren, I have a couple of questions to answer from you guys today. The first one I was gonna answer is from the Bama Grammar Girl, I like that name, who said, have you ever ordered a planner and weeks later realized you don't like the planner? Did you then order another one? I now realize I want to use weekly spreads, but my current planner doesn't have them. Here's the thing. When I first got into this planner world, I always used to just use a desk calendar or one of those pet planners you get from Target or whatever. The first time I spent money on a planner, money, was when I bought my first Erin Condren planner several years ago. At that point, I don't think they had different layouts. I think it was just the vertical and it was just the colorful. And I bought that and I used that all year because it cost $55 and I wasn't gonna spend more money. Even if I didn't like it, I was gonna make it work, although I did like it. Now that I do this as part of my job, as in I make money from this and I also set money aside, and there will be a question that I'm gonna answer later in this video talking about making money as a YouTuber and so on and so forth. I actually bring in planners to review. The funny thing is I like what I like and I know what I like at this point, so I don't really feel the need to change it out. But if I really felt the urge to, I might. I just like to keep everything in one spot, so that kind of keeps me, even if I'm not comfortable with the planner, I might want to keep it in the same spot anyway, just because I like having everything together. But there's the part of me that's like, make sure what you're using is what you like so that you're actually inclining to use it, which would mean if you bought a planner and you don't like it, to get another planner. If you start heading down the path of buying a planner, not liking it, buying another planner, you might not like it, buying another planner, that path both gets really expensive and can get really stressful because you're continually changing the things that you're doing. Now, some people thrive on that kind of change, and I'm not talking to those people. Who I'm talking to are people who want the contentment of staying in one spot and not worrying about it. In your case, because you're saying you want to use weekly spreads but your current planner doesn't have them, yeah, I would probably suggest going and getting another planner. What I might suggest is finding one with weekly spreads that's less expensive, so you're not putting a shit ton of money into it, so you can test out whether or not you like this before investing in something that costs more money. Maybe my recommendation is to be cautious. Absolutely, find something that you like, that you're gonna stick to, but beware of the trap of following the shiny object syndrome, the new planner that everybody loves. One week it's B6 Traveler's Notebooks. One week it's Hobonichi Weeks. Another week it might be pocket-sized Traveler's Notebooks, and the next week it might be yellow paper house planners. And it's easy to get into the trend of planning. So if that's what you catch yourself doing, take a step back from it. So I hope that makes sense. I want people to be like aware of how they're spending their money and why they're spending their money, as opposed to just spending it like and getting into a cycle of consuming without actually feeling good about the things you're buying. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Right, so here is my list. I've already done this appointment for the day. I have a Patreon Facebook Live tonight at today at 4 p.m. And I said I wanted to get to my inbox because I have not touched it in like a weekend, and I'm sure that there are imminent emails waiting in there for me. So I put a few things on here. Getting this video done, a post that has to do with this live, and washing my towels, which is something I did not get done yesterday. Now looking at my schedule for today, I would really like to get a bunch of work done. I'd like to do my YouTube auditing. I would like to work on the email work that I have been sort of procrastinating on for about a week now. And I would like to spend some time this evening in my office working on it. So I think I'm gonna put work really big here because that's a big part of today, and I don't anticipate, I also need to go to Target. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put work and then Target, because those are the two big things I'm working on. Well, I thought I was going to leave myself room to write that I was going to go to Target today, but I did not, so I'll just have to make sure to put it in my bullet journal. I'm also going to put on Wednesday tickets. Jesse is supposed to find out today what day we're going to go see A Tale of Two Cities. A bunch of you guys asked questions about that. The musical that Katie is doing tech for is A Tale of Two Cities. I didn't even know it was a musical, but that's the musical that they're doing. We're going to get tickets to go see it. We know it's going to be either this coming Saturday or the following Saturday, but we need to figure out which day we're going to go, with who. Do we want to do the early or the late showing? So he's supposed to figure that out today so that we can purchase tickets tomorrow. And I noticed the thing I did not do this weekend was put in a like something to kind of think about for the week. So I'm gonna put this don't forget this sticker from Krissyanne Designs with my lettering on it. And the thought I want to put down for this week that I think I really want to focus on is something my therapist reminded me of this morning. And that is, if you can't do anything about it, don't let it stress you out. She was mostly referring to the fact that I'm worried about whether or not I'm gonna have to go back in for more surgery, but I'm not gonna know anything about that until I get my ultrasound, and I'm likely not gonna get my ultrasound for another month. So I can't do anything about it right now. There's nothing I can change, so there's no point in getting stressed out. So that's what I'm gonna write down, because I think that that's something important to remind myself of this week. I'm gonna move this to the side and get into my bullet journal. And while I am, entering in my pain tracker, which yesterday I did not have a great evening. My pain levels were pretty high, but I didn't take a painkiller. So I'm gonna put in shitty pain. I'm gonna answer a question from Plan with Lakin, who asked, do you ever feel like it's really redundant to write the same to-do on the power sheets, the monthly list, the weekly list, and then again on the day? Personally, no. I mean, yes, it is redundant. It is redundant. You're repeating things over and over again, but for me, it actually helps. I have a mind like a sieve, like things just fall right through it. Funny thing, I can remember the most mundane bullshit details. We have a game in this house where Jesse will put a movie on, like on Netflix or something in the evening while we're winding down. He wants to see how long it'll take me based on just the sound of the opening music and the like producer credit that pops up before anything else pops up, how quickly I can name the movie. And I'm like a fucking savant at it. I'm so good. Even movies I've never seen before, often I can name them. So that's the kind of random bullshit my brain hangs on to. But when it comes to things I'm actually supposed to be doing, fuck, I forget shit on the regular. I have forgotten where I've put my glasses and they've been in my hand. Like, that's how like ridiculous I am. The doodle for today is peach. I could eat a peach for hours. Plumber's butt crack kind of shining through. Today's lettering is Need You Tonight by NXS. If I have it on my power sheets and then on my monthly list and then on my weekly list and then on my daily list, I think about it like as if it was written on a Post-it note. Now imagine that I had a task written on a Post-it note and the Post-it note was in my power sheets. Whoops, I need that. That Post-it note has my list of things I need to get from Target on it. So imagine I write a task on a Post-it note and I stick it on my power sheets, right? So that's where it is. I have decided I want to do it. Then I decide I want it to be in February, that it's going to get done. So I move the Post-it note to the February intentions list. And then let's say the week that we're in currently is the week I decide I want to do it. So I move it from the monthly list to the weekly list. And then let's just say I'm bullet journaling today or whatever, and I decide today's the day, so I'll move it from there to there. So that's kind of the way I see this, as if you're moving a task from place to place to place until it gets to the day you're gonna do it, and then hopefully you do it, then you can cross it off. The only difference is, instead of moving Post-it notes around, I'm just writing it in all these places. So in a way it's redundant, but in another way it's like taking this task that you have assigned to your whatever and moving it from like the general to-do list to it's gonna be in this month, to it's gonna be in this week, to it's gonna be on this day. If you think about it in terms of Post-it notes, that might be a way to help wrap your mind around it if it's something that's helpful to you. Some people don't need to do that. Some people are totally fine leaving shit on one list and then going back and checking it off. I need to have it moved around so I can see where it belongs in my life. And the last question is from Sasha Lloyd. She said, I noticed that you state in your video description that your videos aren't sponsored. I'm wondering how you monetize your content. I used to create Plan With Me videos and would love to get back into it, but I would prefer to eventually make a little money through it. Any tips? My videos are not sponsored, and the reason they're not sponsored is because I made an active decision to not do sponsorships. That's not to say that I'm not seeking out sponsors for my podcast, but I feel like in podcasting, there is a little bit more of a culture of sponsorship because like of the history of like broadcasting on radio and stuff. This is not gonna fit. I'm gonna lose lettering chicken. I might ever be willing to do like an Audible or a Skillshare type sponsorship, because if that's not directly as part of the video I'm doing, I'd be fine with that. But honestly, sponsorships are just not something that I lost lettering chicken there. Yes, I did. How do I subsist without sponsorships? Well, there's a few reasons. My main source of income comes from my Patreon. I consider my patrons to be my sponsors. My patrons are my producers. And I've even said as much on my Patreon page that the whole reason I started Patreon was so that I wouldn't feel the need to take sponsored videos in order to be financially solvent in my business and so that I can feed my family, because this is my full-time job. I also have my YouTube channel monetized. I will say I don't put ads in the middle of my videos, and some people have wondered why I don't do that. I don't like them. Like, I don't like watching somebody's video and seeing them, so I don't do it on my videos. I could make a lot more AdSense if I put ads in the middle of my videos. And you can let me know in the comments if you think putting ads in the middle of my videos is a good idea or not. That's just not been something I've explored. Though, to be fair, I don't see ads at all anymore because I got YouTube Premium, which I 10 out of 10 recommend, because A, you don't see ads, and B, you can leave YouTube running while you're in another app on your phone, which is a quality of life thing. This is not sponsored by YouTube Premium, I'm just saying. I fucking love it. By the way, I did not get anything on this list done yesterday. I'm just saying. So I monetize my videos, although I will say that the AdSense revenue is not something that I budget for. I pay us a paycheck every, bi-monthly based on our financial priorities at home, and the rest of the money stays like in the business accounts. So I can pay taxes and cover business expenses like the cost of, my new computer or website fees or whatever the case may be. It also covers the cost of the items that I buy to review on the channel. I do get some affiliate revenue, but it's not a lot. I don't get a ton of affiliate revenue. But my YouTube AdSense and my affiliate revenue basically goes right back into the channel to upgrade equipment, to buy products for review, to pay for hosting for the podcast and for the website and everything else. And then I also do freelance work, and that helps also supplement it. So if you were looking to monetize your YouTube channel, the first step I would say would be Google AdSense, but I feel like Google AdSense it takes a while to get there. And I know people who have been waiting for their opportunity to get monetized even after they've met all of the requirements. If you want to take sponsorships at some point, then I would just say to be honest about them, to disclose, not only in your description, but in the actual video, say it, and even put on that thing that says including paid promotion, because I hate watching a video of somebody talking about a product and you find out it was sponsored and they didn't say anything. And that's, to me, it's raw bullshit, and I hate that. But to also understand that often when you start bringing in money through AdSense or through another source and you're making videos, chances are it's not going to be money that's just going to go straight into your pocket, because you're going to probably be putting out money to make the videos in the first place, whether with equipment, whether with supplies, whether with products, whatever the case may be. And you're gonna be, the money that's coming in is gonna cover that before it's money just for you. So if you're good, I'm not an expert at this, but I will just say that running a channel, putting out regular content, especially if you show new products or you do product reviews, is not inexpensive. I spend a lot of money on new products for this channel, but I have money that I set aside for that. I don't bust into my family's budget to do that. I don't use money from like that we could be feeding our kids with. This is money that is set aside specifically for that purpose. I don't know if that was helpful or what. So I need to make out my to-do list. That was a ramble. I gotta do today's video. I have to put up the Facebook post for my podcast because I haven't done that yet. I'm really bad at remembering to do that. You'd think I'd just schedule it, but I never fucking remember to. I'm gonna put my appointment with my therapist on here and check it off, even though I already did it, because that's how I live my life. I'm putting that I need to go to Target, and I'm sticking this little post-it note with the things I need to pick up there, so I just can grab it out of here when I'm done, because now that I've peeled that off, it's gonna disappear and I'm not gonna be able to find it. All right, so I've got a few work things on here. Checking my inbox, planning videos, going to Target. So this is my to-do list for today. It's not really that deep, but it's deceptive because a lot of these items actually could probably take a good chunk of time. I've been really loving taking these questions of the day that I have for you from the questions people have asked me, because I like to talk like I'm the expert on everything, but I'm really not. And so getting your guys's opinions on these questions in the comments is really great, because not only does it offer more things for people to like peruse and find for their points of view, but also I learn a lot and I appreciate you guys for it. And so today I would love to go back to Lakin's question about redundancy in moving tasks from one list to the next. Is that the life you live? Do you move your task from from one to-do list to the next to-do list to the next? Do you like migrate your tasks that way? Or are you a one to-do list kind of person? Or is there another way you do it? Do you use project management software like Trello, which actually fits the whole post-it notes moving around thing, because it's kind of how you work in Trello? How do you move tasks from monthly planning to daily planning? And does it seem redundant to you, or do you just have ways you work around it? I'd love to hear how you do things, how you move your tasks around in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in tomorrow's Plan As You Go video.